Do you know which two Disney princesses have the same singing voice?
Do you know what Disney movie the Spice Girls were considered to be in?
Greetings,
I'm Ediz.
And I'm Ben, and here are 50 Disney movie facts you didn't know. So in this video, I'm going to attempt to teach Ediz a little bit more about Disney movies.
I know loads about Disney.
So what I've done is I tried to find 50 facts that were new to me, that were interesting to me, and hopefully to you. Definitely to you, you no-knowledge Disney fan. So let's dive straight into 50 Disney movie facts you didn't know. Probably. Disney movie fact number 1. Since voicing King Candy in Wreck-It Ralph, Alan Tudyk has voiced characters in every Disney movie, including both the Duke of Weselton and Duke Weaselton, and animals such as Tuk Tuk and Hi Hi. And yes, he was the voice of a chicken. Lilo and Stitch has more Elvis Presley songs than any of Elvis's own movies.
What? Until Brave, Ariel was the only Disney princess to have siblings. The rest are all only children.
Frozen is based on the fairy tale The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. But here's where the facts gets interesting. The names of the 4 main characters were inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's name: Hans, Christoph, Anna, and Sven. Hans, Christoph, Anna, Sven.
That's
good!
That's next level.
Wayne Allwine, the actor who gave Mickey Mouse his voice for more than 30 years, was married to Russi Taylor, the actress who voiced Minnie Mouse.
Eugene is 24 years old and Rapunzel is 18 years old. Due to this, they have a 6-year age gap, the largest of any Disney animated couple.
Unless we count Milo and Kida from Atlantis, who have an 8,768-year age gap.
Oh.
I'm just saying, Kida looks good for 8,000 years old.
She's not 8,768 years old. But that's stupid. Like, come on.
The first animated movie to be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars was Beauty and the Beast in 1991. This was 10 years before animated movies would get their own category at the Oscars.
The vultures in the Jungle Book were originally meant to be voiced by the Beatles.
And the Spice Girls were approached to voice the Muses in Hercules.
That's the gospel truth.
Both of those choices are absolutely terrible.
Well, in the Jungle Book, the vultures still have like floppy fringes and they still have Liverpudlian accents. So they're basically the Beatles, even though they didn't get the Beatles. Zootopia is the 6th Disney animated classic film to have no humans present at all, following Bambi, Robin Hood, The Lion King, Dinosaur, and Chicken Little.
In The Black Cauldron, Tinkerbell has a brief silent cameo among the fair folk. I don't know who they are.
You've not seen that one, have you?
No. Has anybody seen The Black Cauldron?
This is a real question. Let us know in the comments below. Walt Disney was interested in making an animated movie based on The Little Mermaid as far back as the late 1930s. He even hired Danish illustrator Kay Nielsen to create concept art for it. When The Little Mermaid was eventually made in 1989, Kay Nielsen was given a visual development credit for the work he did 50 years earlier.
So is that because they used some of his work?
Well, you can see direct parallels between some of his artwork and some of the shots they used in the final film. So yeah, he was definitely an influence.
Broadway star Lea Salonga is the singing voice for 2 different princesses, Mulan and Jasmine.
For Treasure Planet, when designing the CG cyborg arm for John Silver, the animators did test animation on Captain Hook.
Raya and the Last Dragon was the first film to be animated entirely at home.
Quite the achievement.
That's nuts. Do you think it felt like it was at home?
What, when you watched it?
Yeah, I was like, this is at home.
How are you going to be able to tell that? The voice of Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh, Peter Cullen, also played Optimus Prime in the original 1980s Transformers cartoon.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
That explains everything.
Oliver & Co. was originally intended to be a sequel to The Rescuers, which would have followed Penny living in the city with her adoptive parents. There's a fun fact.
Would you want to see that film?
No, I've not seen The Rescuers. And who's Penny?
In The Rescuers, Penny is an orphan, and so
Penny's a human being.
yes,
And so that was not clear in that fact, because I know that that's an animal film, and The Rescuers is animals as well.
We're gonna move on. According to IMDb, the highest rated Disney movie is The Lion King with a score of 8.5.
Nah, that's dumb.
How is that dumb?
I'm sorry, there's better Disney films.
With that score, it made it into the top 250 films of all time.
The lowest Disney classic movie score on IMDb is Home on the Range with a score of just 5.4. Home on the Range, I thought you liked that one.
Do you know what? It's not underrated, but it is overhated, if that makes sense. Like, it ain't that bad. But it's also, yeah, it's pretty much the worst movie.
Oh, then it's kind of bad.
Lots of people think that The Princess and the Frog was the last traditional 2D animated movie, but it was actually 2011's Winnie the Pooh.
Tim Rice, who wrote the lyrics for the Lion King songs, originally wanted ABBA to be on the soundtrack. After ABBA declined, Tim asked Elton John.
Can you imagine The Lion King with ABBA songs?
Honestly, that's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Aladdin was the first Disney classic to get a direct-to-video sequel, The Return of Jafar. It cost just $5 million to make, and it grossed $120 million in sales. Which explains why, for the rest of the 90s, every single movie was getting direct-to-video sequels.
In 2003, Disney Channel considered making a show based on the Aristocats with Marie, Toulouse, and Berlioz as teenagers. Who the hell is Berlioz? Berlioz.
They're the three kittens.
I've not seen the Aristocats.
Wreck-It Ralph has 188 unique individual characters, more than any Disney movie in history. Normal Disney films have between 40 to 60. This is mainly because of how many computer game cameos there were.
Dumbo is the quietest central character of them all, as he doesn't say a single word for the whole film. Does anyone speak in Dumbo?
Yeah, all the other animals speak.
Why doesn't he speak?
He's a baby.
Was he not going like, goo goo gaga?
Well, Dumbo doesn't say anything, but just behind him is Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, who has only 18 lines of dialogue and 18 minutes of screen time in her own film.
Walt Disney was presented with one normal-sized honorary Oscar and 7 little Oscars for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1938.
Isn't it bright and shiny?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Aren't you proud of it, Mr. Disney?
I'm so proud I think I'll bust.
But does that count as 7 more Oscars?
I don't know. I also know that he has more Oscars than anyone else in the history of the Oscars.
Walt Disney?
Yeah, but I don't know if those 7 count to that. I don't know.
Does it count if he's died?
He won 1 posthumously.
Sorry, what?
He won.
He's got good posture.
So it's like when he...
Posthumously!
Like when he...
Don't use big words, man. Fantasia is the longest movie by Walt Disney Animation Studios and the only one which is over 2 hours.
The shortest Disney movie is Saludos Amigos, which is only 42 minutes long. Europe and the United States have different ideas about what makes a Disney classic. In the UK, The Wild is included on the list of Disney classics, but not Dinosaur. In the States, it's the other way around.
Who makes up these rules?
I don't know, but it's stupid.
Like what?
Do you know what the worst thing about it is? The Wild was not even made by Disney Animation Studio.
So it shouldn't be a Disney classic?
No, in my opinion. It wasn't made by Disney Animation Studio. They just put their name onto it.
Why do we count it as a classic?
That's a topic for another video.
As well as playing Jack in Mary Poppins Returns, Lin-Manuel Miranda has written songs for both Moana and Encanto.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the last of the classic Disney movies to be released onto home video. The film was released in 1994 on video, and it would go on to become the second biggest VHS movie of all time.
Damn.
Do you know what number 1 is?
Titanic? Pokemon?
The Lion King.
Oh.
Number 1 forever.
It's not even a good film, is it?
How can you say that?
I said, is it? That was a question. When You Wish Upon a Star was the first Disney song to win an Oscar, earning an Academy Award for Best Song.
The Emperor's New Groove was originally titled Kingdom of the Sun and had a completely different plot involving Yzma blocking out the sun. Also, if you haven't heard the song that was written for Yzma about blocking out the sun, it's called Snuff Out the Light. Search it, listen to it, it's sick. Frozen 2 is currently the highest grossing Disney movie ever, earning $1,450,026,933 so far.
That's too much money. Marvel's Big Hero 6 comic books were around for 10 years before Big Hero 6 hit theatres, although only 13 issues were released in that time.
In the Disney classic movie The Little Mermaid, Sebastian is actually his surname. At the start of the film, he says his full name is Horatio Thelonious Ignatius Crustaceus Sebastian.
Jackie Chan played two popular Disney roles. In the Chinese translation of Beauty and the Beast, Jackie Chan voiced the Beast, and in the Chinese version of Mulan, he dubbed Captain Li Shang. He sang for both roles. He's very talented.
I mean, he's actually like a classically trained singer.
Yeah,
Like,
he's sick.
He was trained as like a musician before he went into martial arts. Shout out, Jackie Chan.
伸出规模像那暗夜的耳朵。
Frozen was the first Disney movie to have a female director.
Walt's favourite piece of animation was apparently Cinderella's dress transformation.
I mean, take that with a pinch of salt, it says apparently.
Did you know one of the last things that was found on Walt Disney's desk was Kurt Russell's name?
I did know that.
That's crazy.
And no one
knows why.
Not even Kurt Russell. But it's the last thing that Walt Disney wrote down.
That's crazy.
Oh, Ed has had a fact.
Ed has had a fact. Ah.
Pinocchio was the first animated film to feature famous voice actors. Dickie Jones, Cliff Edwards, Christian Rubb and Charles Joodles were all household names when Pinocchio came out.
Pocahontas is the only Disney princess based on a real person.
In Lady and the Tramp, Trusty the Bloodhound was originally meant to die at the end of the movie. And in fact, the first time I watched it, I thought he was dead. And then he wasn't.
Why'd you care if they died or not?
Like, I feel tricked. It's like Baloo's lying there dead, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Baloo! And it's like, he's not dead. I'm like, I felt emotion for nothing.
Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with this person next to me. In the Disney movie Tarzan, Phil Collins did all of the percussion sounds in Trash in the Camp. That guy, honestly, it's like they were like, Phil, do you want to make a Disney film? And he was just like, I'll do it for free. And I'm going to sing it in every language. I'm going to do all the instruments.
Quiero saber qué me enseñas. I wanna know about the strangers like me.
In 101 Dalmatians, there are 6,469,952 spots in the film, and yes, I counted them all myself.
No, you
Check.
didn't.
When Quasimodo sings Out There in Hunchback of Notre Dame, we see cameos from a few other Disney characters. Belle can be seen wandering through the streets, and you'll also see a peasant shaking out Aladdin's magic carpets. Some people also say they can see Pumbaa, but I like to think that he's alive and not being eaten by some peasants, so
Wow.
I don't think it's Pumbaa.
Alice in Wonderland has more songs than any other film. 30 songs were written, with 15 of them making the final cut.
To put it into perspective, Mulan has like 4 songs.
Why doesn't Alice in Wonderland have more famous songs?
So a lot of the songs are based on like poems and stuff from the book, and quite a lot of them are like less than a minute long.
Is it a good film?
Honestly, growing up, it was one of my favorites.
I've not seen it.
I don't know if you'll like it, it's my kind of humour, it's just dumb. My third. And our final fact, Disney movie fact number 50, the sorcerer in Fantasia is named Yensid, which as we all know, is Disney spelled backwards. So that was 50 Disney movie facts you didn't know.
Hope you've learned something, because I did.
If you want some more Disney trivia, then check out our quizzes. We've got 2 Disney quiz shows to test your Disney knowledge.
One is on Disney villains and one is just on general Disney stuff.
And if you think you've got some Disney movie facts that we don't know, then drop them in the comments and we'll let you know if we don't know. You know?
If you liked our video on Disney movie facts you didn't know, then please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that YouTube stuff, innit?
And we'll see you real soon. The highest rated Disney movie. The highest